Welcome back, my dear student. On this lecture, we are finally going to see our application live in the internet, our Laravel installation, our project. All right, pretty cool stuff. But before we do that, we need to actually create another type of configuration, all right, to make this work. We need to create something called a proc file. This is what Heroku calls it. And it's gonna be called a proc file. Now, let's do that in our application. Make sure that you are still in the same place that you were in the last lecture and the lecture before that, right? In your Heroku app, make sure that you are logged in to the Heroku CLI, which we did that before, just in case you are coming back, from taking the last lectures maybe a week, ago or something like that. So, but anyway, hopefully you were able to finish this course in one blow. All right. So this is what we need to do. We need to say echo web. And listen, if you don't type this correctly, this will not work. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go somewhere on my desktop and get this. And I'm gonna paste it in there because it's very easy to make a mistake. But actually, let me type it and then I'm gonna paste it, all right? I'm gonna look for it because I don't know where it is. So we're gonna echo, all right, some configurations. Basically, this echo is just gonna create a file for us. Not a file, it's gonna enter this it's gonna write this and create a file at the same time. So vendor, actually right here, and we're putting this in Heroku, okay? So vendor bin, and then Heroku. That's why I needed to get this somewhere in my computer. Even though we can go to the documentation and find this there, it's very easy accessible there. All right, so we're gonna try this like this, and then if it doesn't work, we're gonna copy it from the documentation, okay? Apache 2, and we're gonna make sure that this goes to the public folder, and then we're gonna use this greater than symbol to create the file. It's gonna be called proc file, all right? Just like this, uppercase P R O C F I L E, all right? So echo web colon, then space vendor bin Heroku hyphen PHP Apache. Basically, we're setting the Apache environment, all right, our web interface to the public folder on this file. Let's see if this works. Enter. Now make sure that you add this to your version control, git add, and then git commit. We're gonna commit this and we're gonna say something like Heroku proc file created. All right, and then we're gonna push this, git push Heroku. I always forget to spell that name, master. All right, let's keep our fingers crossed and hopefully that works. All right, it's very easy to make a mistake, one space, misspelled word or anything. Guys, if you have not taken my Laravel course, I don't know what you're waiting for. All right, that should have been your first step here, which is a really good course, by the way. But anyway, so let's open it up. We got a couple options. We can copy the URL right here and put it in a browser, but why do that when we have the power of the command line right here and just say Heroku open? This is gonna open in another, and I think it just opened up here, and we have an error. Now, this error here, it looks like our Apache is actually working. Let's do Heroku open again because I can't believe that it's not working. All right, you see it's not working. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna find this command again and I'm gonna type it in correctly. I think I have it here somewhere. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, there we go. I don't know where I make that mistake here. It's very easy to make it, but if you don't type this every day, of course, you're gonna make your mistake. But anyway, let's do it again. Let's actually delete this file first of all. So if we go and do ls, we can see that the proc file is here. Let's just remove it. All right, and then let's create it again. Actually, I'm gonna paste that, whatever I found. There we go here. And then enter. All right, so now we can verify that that's created again. Make sure that when you delete it, that you don't see it anymore, okay? And then we're gonna add it again. We're gonna commit it. And we're just gonna say second profile creation. All right. There we go. And now we can push it. At least you get some workflow involved in here, some workflow knowledge, right? How we can make this better. So git push Heroku master. Enter. All right. Then we got the bad ones here. And now, actually, that command here, we cannot open that in the browser. This is our address right here. So let's refresh this. And as you can see, our Laravel, it's working. All right. See that this is the git address here. It's deploying to this address. Okay. So my bad. But look at this. All right. And it looks like it's pretty fast. It's not, you know, slow at all. We're gonna probably test it. Well, you can test it yourself here. Go to your files and create your routes and, you know, and play around with it. Now you have your app on the web. One thing to note here is that if you have any issues with your Laravel installation, guys, remember to go to the documentation. Come on, it's there. My job was to show you how this is installed, but all this installation is in your documentation. All right, it's just sometimes easier for some of us to look at it in videos. All right. So if you go to Heroku docs or something like that, let's see this here. And right here, I'm just gonna search for Laravel. And right here, there is one tutorial here, and there we go. All right, there you go. This will tell you exactly how to do this. All right, I remember that I watched this a couple months ago. And there we go. Better than this, you can't find it anywhere. All right, and it will even give you some more suggestion here, trusting the load balancer, something about HTTP routing. All right, so you're welcome to read this more. All right, remember that most of the projects that we do have some type of docs out there. So if you have any issues, look at the docs first, then ask a question. All right, thank you so much for watching this lecture. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you in the next lectures.